Hello and welcome to yet another guide. Before I'm showing you how to actually add a custom tent into the game, I'll just show you it works. So if we go to the camp and go over here, you can see there is no tent here currently, as I have not recruited Racronix as of yet. And you can see I do not have Shadowheart's tent because she's my character. So if we go back and recruit them, which will take but a moment. Hit my test dialog. And return to camp. Don't necessarily want to do that. You can see that he's over by his camp. Do have some details to update and all, but he is here working and you can talk to him. He's still controllable. And I guess he will... Huh? Well, I don't know how that works then, I suppose. The walk back to location, or is it an invalid position? That might also be why. Well, either way, that is not the subject of today. At least that's how it actually works. For setting it up, you will need first to have a level template for your, actually a level specifically for your tent. So, how I would normally do it is to go into new level, copy, and then copy from, in this case I used Shadowheart's before, because it's the only one I found, but, at first, but I'll just load actually Racronix's. I'll just show you now where to find it first. So you would go under, let's say, show inherited, go to camps. Not all of them are down here. Some of them are like Shadowheart, Jahira, Minsk, and Mintara. And I presume this must be Halton. The rest will be under personal corners. Where did I save mine? Was it under personal corners? No. That's a good question. Ah, I saved it in here, I think. Yeah. Seems like there's still some more I need to learn, but regardless, I would recommend copying from someone else because it's easier to. What I did was loading in Shadowheart's camp, and then to set in a new ground, I basically placed a carpet on top of the old one, and then I moved things around, changed it, and added things I wanted. You can still see the hay, for example, out here from the original. I will also note that there is other triggers. I'm not sure what the invisible helpers do, but important, at least for this setting up, is the point. It's not a point trigger. Yes. And more specifically, that's for location for some things. Well, the thing I want to change is this one, because that's the location of Racronix. So I will just change the name of it. Nothing really matter on the big scheme of things. And move it. Oh, they're linked. I didn't know that. Well, just so it's clearly seen, if it works, I'll put it even further out. And save it. What is important is at least the cam trigger here, because we're going to use that as a reference to the starting position into the story event. So if we go back to, actually, doesn't really matter actually. We can go under store event to set up the camp. I do need to go back actually. Yeah, I need to do that actually first. Whoops. So if we load back wilderness, hopefully it should be as it was before. I really don't want to clip two things together. I have to. Well, I'll have to reload then. At least I think so. And then I'll reload the map. Story events and all. That should both remove all the goblins spawned in the camp and make me able to recruit him, because I need the template to show up in the world for what I'm about to show you. So it's a little bit unfortunate. I should have done it in another order. Oh well. Either way, I'll go back to Shadowheart, recruit them, go to the camp, so I'm sure it's spawned, and we'll rush over, recruit him, and go back to camp once his camp is spawned. Blah blah blah, recruit me, go to camp. We don't necessarily need to make it night. And we have the camp here. And his position's actually changed, like I did. Awesome. So I don't actually have to update that. Anyway, now that we have the camp spawned, we can go over the next step, which is to create a new route template. So you'll click new template. You obviously want a level template. I don't recall. I'll check what it says about AI journal. What's important is getting it in the name, and the other thing is it needs to be instanced, and it needs a source level obviously, and the last thing is it needs to, oh, I guess I cannot do it in here in the root template. And you can create the new level template, then you'll drag it out, just for the purpose of showing how to do it. I'll take my camp called, what's it, level template camp Racronix, and I could place it in the world, and there we go, a second camp. Just to see it's actually here, I'm just gonna undo it. Once it's placed, we need to get the, what's it called, point trigger, and we also need the ID of the actual thing. So if we go in here, then we first need the guide instance ID, or guidance data, same in this case, and copy that. I'll get back to that. And we also need to find the ID of the trigger point. which we cannot. I mean, even if we say point trigger, we cannot target it. I'm pretty sure it is a point trigger, yeah. If we click, see, we cannot click it. What we need to go is go in here, then click, wait, what do you mean it's not loaded? It's definitely loaded. Why can't I see it? And is it? I should be able to see it now. Or at least here I can see it. Here we go. Camp accuracy. And you can find the instance ID, if I remember correctly, which is needed in the story setup for setting up the camp. So if you go under your story editor, you will need to, assuming you're mirroring how normal origins are set up, you will need both to change something in the camp one act and in the global origin. Keep in mind that I'm not applying it to every camp, only this specific camp for the purpose of testing. But if we go into the first camp and find an initiating, I have it here referencing the template. I'm not really sure about the shrubbery and running it without a secondary thing, but it seems to work even like this, so it's probably fine. The personal thing here is something about the weight stone for the cell. I'm not entirely sure, but it's mainly makes it so it on yeah, it loads it. Oh, that reminds me, there was one more thing I had to show. This thing started when loaded. It should be off when you actually place it in the world, so it's not always there. Other than that, you'll also need to set your origin's location to the correct point, which you do. I mean, it's normally on the global origin, so in my personal specific for rack, where is it? There's a set of things called DB origin camp data, which refers to your global character, and the trigger, which in this case is the instanced ID. So you can have multiple of the same templates referring to it. I'm not entirely sure that what makes the origin return to their position. I'll probably eventually figure it out, like the other origins, but at least that would probably be the next step if I'm put more effort into this. Hopefully this was not too long and having too much spaces, but that is generally the gist of it. And hopefully this will be useful to you.